Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what is in my son's morning basket. And if you're wondering what's a morning basket, then I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. Before I do that, I thought I would just introduce myself if you've not been to this channel before. My name is Abigail and I have a son called Samuel who is 3 years old and a little baby called Noah who is 9 months old. And now I'm going to jump straight into explaining all about the morning basket. So the morning basket is something that I have seen circulating around YouTube that was initiated by homeschooling families. We are not a homeschooling family because Samuel is too young and we've not made that decision yet whether or not we're going to homeschool. But I thought the concept behind the morning basket was a really great idea. And in a nutshell, what the idea is that you use the morning basket to kind of ease yourself into the homeschooling day, and you put in it things that are not going to otherwise get done that you want to include in your homeschool. So for example, it might not fit into one of your English or maths subjects in your day that you're homeschooling, but it might be something extra you want to do, like a read aloud book or something, and so you'd put it in your morning basket and it would get covered then. So the way I'm using it for my son who is only 3 is that I'm just putting anything that I want to do that might not get done otherwise in the day. So we do a lot of play-based learning, but some of these things are more books and more sit-down learning, structured things, and so that's why I've put them into the morning basket. He does not do all of these things every day. He does usually only a couple of things in the day, and it's all completely based up to him completely. He can choose to do one of the things, none of the things. It's just entirely up to him. So that's how we use our morning basket, and then we'll get straight into what we've got in it now. As part of our morning basket, we do our devotionals. So we are a Christian family, if you don't know, and I'm teaching my son about God and the Bible. And so the best devotional that I've come across so far, that we've been using for almost a whole year now, is this one. It's called God and Me. And I really love it because it is all centered around the child. And of course, a 3-year-old or a younger child, or even a slightly older child, everything centers around them and their day. So if you want to explain something to a child, it's easiest to start with them. And I've not seen many devotionals that are like this, but it's just basically all about the experiences that a child is going to have. For example, we can sing together with children and we can use that experience, and about fighting, about taking turns, about arguing, just things that children do every day in their day-to-day life. And especially now Samuel is 3, he's getting a huge amount out of this devotional and we love it. So we're doing like maybe 1 or 2 of these pages every day in our morning basket, and he's just picking whatever page he wants. He's got a favourite one right at the start that's about breakfast, but we also just pick another page randomly. But it does also have the date at the top, so you can do the exact day on that day, but I just do whatever he wants to do. And I do encourage him to do this one because of course we do want to be starting our days with devotions usually. So we love this one, highly recommend this book. I'll link it below for you guys because we have been using it for quite a while now and he really does love it. And it is a very age appropriate book for a 2 or 3-year-old, I would say. So if you're looking for a very young devotional, I would highly recommend this one. Another one I've popped in here to do in the morning is our daily bread for preschoolers. I got this ages ago when Samuel was way too young for it. And this is more of a structured devotional that you would kind of expect. It has got a Bible verse at the top, and then it's got a very simple explanation and a very simple prayer at the bottom. So we have this one as an option as well for the morning. He doesn't like this one as much, but we do reach for it sometimes. So that's another little nice one to have in there as an option. And then after that, we have at the back, go through all the devotional things first. I have the Beginner's Bible. This is just an additional backup in case I want to look up one of the verses for one of these devotionals. They have verses in them you can look up. And so if I want to look up something, then I can look up in my Beginner's Bible. And it's got all the stories in a nice illustrated way. If you've not seen it before, it's all kind of cartoony illustrations, and it's all the main stories in the Bible for young children. So we like this one and we do use this a lot as well. The next couple of things in here we do usually have pinned on our wall as a little activity to do, but I've just taken it down for the purpose of this video. And the first one I have is a nice laminated one that I made, and I printed this off somewhere for free, and it says "Today I feel," and it's got a blank space and a little body, and you pick what one you feel. So Samuel usually picks excited or happy, and they're all stuck on with the Velcro dots. So you pick off with a Velcro and then you put it there. So if he's feeling scared, you can put that. And I think this is a really great way for toddlers that are starting to express themselves and how they feel, to talk about acknowledging feelings and saying, okay, You feel scared, and that's okay. You feel sad, and that's okay to feel sad. You feel angry, and it's okay to feel angry. I really like how it starts conversations around it's okay to feel these different things, and then you can start talking about how you can then, what you do when you feel like these things that you can do in a safe way, that it's a good way to work out these emotions. So if you're feeling angry, you don't push your little brother, you can do something else instead. So it starts conversations around that, and I think that's a really fun little thing to start off with. Another thing that I should have laminated but I have not yet, and it's just in a Polly Pocket, is I've just written here, today is, and then he picks the weather. So there's cloudy in here, and then in the back of this I have just got lots of different ones. Again, I just printed this off. So we've got stormy and windy, and it's again another conversation starter about talking about the weather. So that's a good one, I think. And then there's a loose thing in here that I have that we talk about every now and again. It's just the seasons. So we've got all the seasons here, and at the moment we're talking about autumn and how we know it's autumn outside because the colours and the leaves are changing. So we have that as a little additional thing if he's interested in that when we're talking about the weather. Then I have his current Peppa Pig magazine that we're going through. We actually have a subscription to this that my mum got us for Samuel for his birthday, and so we just work through whatever Peppa Pig magazine we're on, and again he just picks whatever page he wants to do and we do that page. So I mean, you can see what Peppa Pig magazine's like yourself, but there's colouring and there's things that are a bit beyond him, and there's also stories and things that are just coming to his level. So I think this is a really good magazine for both slightly younger children and children that are quite a bit older. So I think a lot of kids would get a lot out of this. So we use that, and then in here we have stickers that support the Peppa Pig magazine, and that's more to do, and there's things like counting in here which we do quite a lot, and to support the counting activities if we feel like it, we have a little bag, and inside the little bag I have a set of flashcards with the numbers on it, which we do. And then as again a supplementary resource, we have these are pouch lids from those little, you know, those little pouches that kids eat with fruit purees and stuff. We just keep all the pouch lids, and that's good for using for counting. I also have a pack of pens. These are the Crayola Pip Squeaks, which are actually really great because they're really small for little toddlers, and so it's easy for them to pull, and they last for ages and ages, and they're really good. So I highly recommend those pens. Then we also have a book in here. This is the book we have at the moment. This is a book that I don't leave out because I don't want it to get wrecked by Noah or him if they're in a bad mood or whatever, and Noah's crawling around and like squishing books. I don't want him to squish this one because this is a really nice one. This is the Big Picture Book of Outdoors by Osborne, and it's just a really nice picture and informational book with wildlife in it. There's loads of different pages all about wildlife and flowers and all the things. This is just a nice little learning book, and I just keep it in here because I do want him to do it. I just don't want him to have free access to it all the time. And the last thing I have in here is this little book, and this is just a notebook, but in here I have written down some songs that I'm teaching him. So I've decided I want to teach him more songs because he knows some simple songs. So he knows off by heart Jesus Loves Me, and he knows The Lord's My Shepherd because I sing those to him every single evening. But I thought it'd be nice to introduce him to different songs because he really does like to sing, as a lot of toddlers do, I think. And so I have just written in here, this is just something else, but I have written in here the songs that we're singing. So at the moment we're singing Give Me Oil in My Lamp, Keep Me Burning, and What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And so I'll just sing them to him, and I'll usually put actions to them. So I'll put actions to Give Me Oil in My Lamp, Keep Me Burning, because you can give good actions for that. And then we might just sing What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And I'm hoping that he's gonna then pick up these songs and kind of learn them. And I think it's always great for the kids to be learning good songs that are really good. And he doesn't understand a lot of what it means now, but I think it'll come back to him in his later life and he'll have more of an understanding then. And it's just a good thing to have floating around their brains, I think, personally. So that's what we have in our morning basket currently. It's of course going to change up very regularly, but I thought I would just share with you what we have currently because that's what we do have, and he's doing really well. He's really enjoying it. Some days he does loads, some days he does like one thing only, and any of those things is fine because he's only little. And so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos similar to this, and I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye guys.